Thank you, Mayor Rawlings. We are really grateful for your service to the city of Dallas. You have been a role model for local business executives who are looking to give back to the community. This evening, we have one special request of you. Since you played football at Boston College, we think it is time you suited up for the Cowboys and turned their season around. Good evening, Governor Abbott, Consul General Harish, Mayor Rawlings, distinguished guests, members of the Chamber, ladies and gentlemen. We know you're all very busy, and we are in the middle of the holiday season. Your presence here means a lot to us and shows us we have made a difference. My name is Mahesh Shetty, and it is my privilege and honor to follow the footsteps of Sanjeev Khanna and assume leadership as the chairman of this chamber in 2016. I want to let you all know that our elections were fairly contentious. Donald Trump threw his hat in the ring. And the only reason I won was because I had better hair. Over the last 10 years as a board member, I've absorbed many lessons from previous chairmen like Mr. Khanna, Mr. A.K. Margo, Sunil Maini, Mr. Pandian, Mr. Sharma, and C.C. Theophene, to name just a few, and my fellow board members like Kumkum Jain and volunteers, all of whom are the soul and the heartbeat of this organization. I've absorbed many lessons, lessons of selfless service, humility, and servant leadership, and I've been fortunate to create lifelong relationships. I'll faithfully carry on the mission of the Chamber that Mr. Khanna laid out in a State of Chamber address, and also make a special effort to attract young professionals and entrepreneurs and encourage them to participate in the conversations and give back to a society. Our society is richer when we all come together and build on the foundation of this country. And as well-educated and affluent citizens, we have a special obligation. To paraphrase the great philosopher Spider-Man, with great success comes great responsibility. I look forward to working with the board, our President Neil, and the staff of the Chamber, and continue the journey of connecting people and creating wealth. Our ambassador, His Excellency Arun Singh, could not be here with us today. The Defense Minister of India is visiting the US and is engaged in high-level discussions with senior US officials. It is important for the ambassador to be present during these discussions. Plus, the Defense Minister is his boss, and it's time for Christmas bonuses, and he didn't want to come here. However, he's with us in spirit, and he has graciously recorded a message for the audience. Please turn your attention to the screen while we play the message.
Let me start by saying that it's an honor and a pleasure for me to be able to address all of you. I wanted to thank the US-India Chamber of Commerce, its chairman, Mr. Sanjeev Khanna, the founding chairman, Mr. Ashok Margo, for giving me this opportunity. I also want to recognize the presence of the Governor, Honorable Mr. Greg Abbott, for being here and for all the interest he has been showing in advancing the relationship between the state of Texas and India, between the United States and India. And I also wanted to thank him for the wonderful Diwali celebration that was done in his presence a few days ago. And we look forward to an early visit by him to India. I wanted to also recognize the presence of State Senator Don Huffines, the Mayor of Dallas, Mike Rawlings, and the Mayor of Richardson, Paul Volcker. I would have personally liked to be present on this occasion, and the only reason I'm not able to do so because we have a very important visitor from India, the Defense Minister of India, who is here for discussions with his counterpart. And that is because defense cooperation has emerged as a very strong area of partnership between the two countries, reflecting the confidence that we have in this strategic partnership. Today, not only is it that US and India do the largest number of bilateral military exercises with each other than with any other country, but that we have in India over the past 4 or 5 years contracted to buy about $13 billion of defense supplies from the US, more than what we have done with any other country. And we have also now moved away from just a buyer-seller relationship to doing co-development and co-production of technologies. We have identified 6 Pathfinder projects for co-development in technology, and the two governments have agreed to look at joint development in the area of aircraft carrier technology and jet engine technology, which is a reflection of where we want to take the relationship. Moving from defense to the trade and economic partnership, again an area of strength. Our bilateral trade turnover is today about $130 billion, and US is India's largest trading partner. The President of the US and the Prime Minister of India have declared that they want to take this level to $500 billion, and we are working on that. US is among the largest investors in India. At the same time, Indian companies have been investing more and more in the United States. In the last 5 years, Indian companies have invested more than $15 billion in US economy, creating 100,000 jobs directly, and many times that number in terms of indirect job creation impact. In September this year, the Prime Minister of India made a visit to New York and to California. And in California, we found in the discussions and in the interactions that in areas such as digital technology, renewable energy, entrepreneurship and innovation, and startups, the linkage between Indian companies and US companies are already intense. Indian companies, Indian origin tech entrepreneurs are an integral part of technology development happening in that part of the United States. And US remains a global leader in technology in this area, and Indian companies are a part of that process. In the last 1 year, more than $6 billion have flowed into startups in India. And US-based investors, angel investors, venture capital persons, as well as technology people are also very much a part of this process. Another area where we look with interest is the energy partnership. India needs to grow at 8 to 10% per year to deal with the problem of poverty that we face, to deal with the lack of access to energy for a large number of people in India. We want to do a significant part of this through renewable energy, but also through partnership in conventional energy sources. And we have contracted to buy energy by shale gas from the US, and we look forward to those supplies in the coming years, and Texas would be a very important source for that. The effort that we are making in defense cooperation, in trade and economic relationship, is all a part of the strategic partnership between our countries that has been declared by the two governments. And I believe that the Indian origin community, which is present here in significant numbers, will have a critical role to play, because they understand both India, they understand the United States, they have links and networks in both societies. They already have a very significant presence here in the healthcare sector, in hospitality, in IT, in energy. And I believe going ahead, they will be able to use their strengths and interests to build further the economic, political, and other relationships between India and the United States. So in that spirit, I want to thank all of you once again for giving me this opportunity, and wish you the best for this evening and for your continuing endeavors in the years and months to come. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your attention. Our ambassador is a very loyal supporter of our chamber, and he's been at almost every conceivable event that we have called him at, so this is unfortunate that he couldn't be here with us today. I have the distinct privilege now to introduce the Consul General of India, Honorable Parvatheneni Harish. He was nominated to this position in July 2012. After joining the Indian Foreign Service in 1990, Mr. Harish learned Arabic at the American University of Cairo and served in the Indian mission in Cairo and Riyadh, and as the Indian representative to the Palestine Authority in Gaza City. He was the Chief of Policy Analysis Unit of the United Nations Relief and Works Agency, and at the headquarters on Gaza. He's also served in the East Asia and External Publicity Divisions in the Ministry of External Affairs immediately before coming to Houston. He was a Joint Secretary and Officer on Special Duty to the Honorable Vice President of India and Chairman of the Council of States of the Indian Parliament, Mr. Hamid Ansari. Mr. Harish graduated from Osmania University, Hyderabad, with a degree in mechanical engineering. He is married to Nandita and has two beautiful daughters, Ayushi and Amani. Please join me in giving a warm Dallas welcome to Consul General Harish.